forward on this computer. Okay, perfect. So welcome to the volunteer engagement event. Let me pull up my, all right. So,
I hear a little cat there.
I know I heard that too.
Okay, so bienvenido a todos a este evento de... Es difícil traducir esto, pero este evento es para que todos quienes quieren ser voluntarios sepan cómo hacerlo, cuándo hacerlo y las distintas modalidades de ser voluntario, ¿ya? Es una oportunidad para estar bien informados sobre cómo se puede ser voluntario en la Mesa Verde.
So this is a quick outline of what we're going to be covering today. I forgot to put in a slide of Zoom agreements, but just sort of as a baseline, please keep yourself muted if you are not speaking. You can use the raise hand feature if you have any questions or need to interrupt me or, ask any questions. And then also, please make sure your first and last name are in your name on here.
Entonces, lo primero son los acuerdos que tenemos para poder convivir en una reunión de Zoom. Si no estás hablando, por favor, apaga tu micrófono, así el ruido de alrededor no va a interrumpir la reunión. Y si quieres pedir la palabra, puedes sacarte del mudo y conversar, o puedes levantar la manito con la aplicación que tiene de Zoom.
All right, so we can go ahead to the next slide. And we're gonna do an icebreaker. So I think we have 27 people. What do you think? Breakout rooms or just one big group?
It's a really easy question. I don't think we need to small groups.
Perfect.
So vamos a hacer el rompehielo, que es lo que nos permite siempre conocernos, escuchar de los demás y relajarnos, ¿no? Soltarnos un poco, que después de un día largo de trabajo estamos todos bien cansados. Go ahead.
All right, so here's the icebreaker question. If you can wave a magic wand and fix one issue facing our society and our community immediately, tomorrow it's fixed, what would it be? So let's hear some from some folks. So just go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to share.
Y yo lo voy a traducir. El rompehielo es, si puedes usar una varita mágica y arreglar un problema que enfrenta nuestra sociedad inmediatamente, ¿cuál sería? Entonces, sácate el mudo o prende tu micrófono y comparte tu respuesta.
I would like clean, healthy food.
Me too.
Clean water.
Clean water, yes.
That's a good one.
¿Quién más?
No more COVID.
That's what I was about to say too. There are other things also pressing on my mind, but COVID is kind of the biggest one right now.
Definitely, yeah.
Terminar con el
Like
COVID,
get rid of homelessness.
Yeah.
Terminar con el problema de las personas que viven en la situación de calle. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué otro problema les gustaría terminar si tuvieran magia y pudieran hacerlo de inmediato?
Selfishness.
El egoísmo, terminar con el egoísmo.
Global warming.
El calentamiento global.
Affordable healthcare.
Que existan soluciones habitacionales para que todos lo puedan acceder financieramente, que no sea tan caro vivir acá.
Freedom of speech.
Ooh, definitely, that's a good one.
Yep. No matter what one's views are, the ability to say what you think.
Libertad de discurso, respetándonos los unos a los otros.
I see Mercy wrote in the chat, ending environmental problems. That's a big one.
Terminar con los problemas del medio ambiente, ¿no? La destrucción de la naturaleza. Okay, anyone else? Sorry.
Institutionalized racism, so that we can all bring our issues to the table with an equal voice.
Como terminar un poco con la discriminación que existe en todos los aspectos, para que cada uno pueda compartir y pueda poner los temas sobre la mesa para discutir sin miedo.
I would fix poverty so that children and families can, have a fair shot and chance in life.
Terminar con la pobreza para que finalmente los niños y las niñas tengan las mismas oportunidades. What about you, Riley?
I feel like these have all, I don't know, already been said. I would say, yeah, making sure everyone has a chance to feel safe and to have a home to feel safe in the first place, and have, you know, as many opportunities as they want.
Mhm.
What about
And
you?
for me, I will say I would like to finish racism, and not just in America, but in the world. I think we're gonna live better if we can change that. Para mí, lo que me gustaría es terminar el racismo, no solamente aquí en Estados Unidos, pero también en nuestros países y en todo el mundo. Yo creo que podríamos vivir mucho mejor si no tuviésemos eso. Okay,
Definitely.
thank you very much for sharing this.
Yeah.
I hope someday we can have that kind of power to magically dissolve these issues. If it's not, we have to commit to fight together to improve those areas. While we don't have magic, we have to be together to do something.
Yeah, so thank you for answering all those questions. Yeah, like Fernando was saying, the reason I asked that wasn't to bum us out and make us realize how many issues there are in our society, but kind of to recognize that all these causes are really intertwined with each other, and that we do really want to believe that there can be an end to all this. While it will be a lot of, you know, hard work and commitment instead of a magic wand, but that one day these issues will be solved.
Uh-huh. Y lo que decía Riley es que ella abrió este espacio y este ejercicio para darnos cuenta de todos los problemas que hay, que estamos sufriendo. Y claro, sería bonito que hubiese una varita mágica que lo solucionara, pero mientras no exista eso, ver cómo nosotros como sociedad podemos trabajar para que podamos ir enfrentando estos problemas y darnos cuenta que están todos muy conectados. Thank you everyone for sharing. Muchas gracias por compartir.
All right, so bringing it back to La Mesa Verde. So welcome to 2020 with La Mesa Verde. Welcome back to 2020 with, or 2021. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if it was 2020? Ha, that'd be horrible.
Yes.
Anyways, I just wanted to welcome you all. I know we have a lot of first year members, a lot of volunteers who are not members, and a couple of returning members. So it's good to see everyone, and you all know that you are all a part of the LMV family. So I just wanted to share about this upcoming year. We have 52 new families, individuals and families recruited, and we are going to give out or build and install 85 new beds this year. So I just thought those were some exciting numbers.
Entonces, bienvenidos al 2021 con la Mesa Verde. También bienvenidos a quienes, bueno, son miembros nuevos. Hay algunos miembros que vienen del año anterior y también voluntarios que están aquí con nosotros, que han estado involucrados en la Mesa Verde. Para este año vamos a construir 52 nuevas camas de jardín, perdón, 85 nuevas camas de jardín para 52 familias que son nuevas en la Mesa Verde.
All right, so as you hopefully are already aware, but La Mesa Verde is rooted in food justice. So, you know, it's not just giving out garden beds and growing food for yourself and your own family. It really is this larger movement that we all really believe in, that there can be food justice. So yeah, you all can read this quote if you want. It's on Spanish in the next slide.
Entonces, algo que queremos siempre comentar es que para nosotros nuestro trabajo no es solamente aprender a cultivar y ser buenos jardineros, sino también a través de producir alimentos, producir justicia, y justicia relacionada con el acceso a alimentos saludables. Entonces, para nosotros, cuando estamos hablando de que vamos a plantar más, vamos a producir más, estamos construyendo más camas, no estamos hablando solamente de lo material, sino también estamos hablando de cómo a través de la jardinería nos organizamos y nos hacemos más fuertes para hacer justicia en temas de alimentos, en acceso a los alimentos saludables para nuestra familia y nuestras comunidades.
So one really powerful way to kind of exercise ourselves in this movement towards food justice is by volunteering. So La Mesa Verde as an organization, obviously there are hundreds of thousands of other individuals working for food justice alongside of us, but our work personally as La Mesa Verde is led by members and volunteers, with the members and volunteers at the center of the work. There, you all are, you know, creating the work and doing it and harvesting the benefits. And so freely donating your time and energy to this movement is what I see as a very beautiful act of compassion and love that has really, really tangible effects on your own families and are building a stronger and healthier community as a whole.
Entonces, ¿cómo nosotros nos involucramos como miembros de la Mesa Verde en este movimiento de justicia alimentaria? Bueno, primero produciendo comida en nuestro hogar, pero también siendo voluntarios para la comunidad. Ser voluntario en la Mesa Verde no es como, tengo que cumplir 15 horas y listo. Ser voluntario es una manera de que uno se puede involucrar en la comunidad, conectarse con otros y sentir que el programa también es tuyo, ¿no? Porque cuando uno es voluntario y uno está trabajando para el programa y para la comunidad, uno siente que estás beneficiando a mucha gente y también te estás conectando con otros. Y eso es algo que a nosotros nos gusta ser como muy claros y muy intencionales, ¿no? Como ser voluntario no solamente para venir aquí y hacer una cosa e irte, sino ser voluntario es una experiencia que te permite conectarte con otros, ayudar a otros y ayudarte a ti mismo. Y por último, ser voluntario en la Mesa Verde es un acto de amor hacia la comunidad, es un acto de amor hacia quienes nos rodean y es un acto de amor y esperanza que ayuda a muchas otras personas a creer que esto es posible.
Okay, so hopefully now that I've fired you up, you're excited to fight for food justice more than you already were 25 minutes ago. I just wanted to kind of bring it back down to us, La Mesa Verde, you all right here, and kind of get really specific about the volunteer opportunities that we do have. So I can read this list really quick, and so what I'm going to do is read this list. So hopefully you'll see what type of volunteer opportunities there are. There are opportunities for, you know, everybody. If you're more comfortable staying at home these days, we totally 100% see that. If you are okay, you know, coming in person, we also have things that do need to be done in person as well. So hopefully this will give you a scope of how many volunteer opportunities there are. After that, I'm going to kind of refresh you all on the committees that we have, and then we'll have plenty of time at the end for questions and answers. But like I said, please feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions while I'm doing this overview.
Entonces, estas son las oportunidades para ser voluntario. Queremos ser bien claros con ustedes de que vamos a tratar de ser lo más flexible posible para que todos puedan alcanzar sus 15 horas de voluntariado. Hay personas que se sienten seguros viniendo a Sacred Heart y siendo voluntario en persona. Perfecto, vamos a tener actividades para eso. Hay quienes se sienten más seguros estando en casa y tratando de evitar estar en contacto con otras personas. También vamos a tener actividades para eso. Por lo tanto, no sientan miedo o preocupación de que no van a poder alcanzar sus horas de voluntariado durante el año. Vamos a tener una cantidad enorme de oportunidades para hacerlo. Y aquí hay algunas, ¿no?, que son bastante generales, como es la construcción de las camas de jardín. Vamos a estar instalando camas de jardín, por lo tanto vamos a necesitar voluntarios para eso, para ensamblar el kit de sistema de riego, cuando sea la distribución de plantas, que ustedes lo pueden ver en su calendario, que va a ser en abril y en septiembre, sí o sí vamos a tener que preparar las bandejas, llamadas telefónicas, siempre vamos a estar llamando para recordar sobre este tipo de evento, o para las reuniones, o también preparando los sobres con semillas para la distribución de plantas. Es decir, sí o sí van a haber oportunidades para todos y nosotros estamos a cargo de avisarles, ¿no?, de estar apoyándolo a ustedes en esta misión.
All right, I see a hand up by Sean. I want to make sure you get a chance to say what you say before we move on too much.
Thanks. Most of my most of my experience volunteering is with the disabled community. So I wanted to reach out to the other participants. If anybody else has interests or experience, let me know what teams you're interested in working on, and maybe we can team up and talk.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I know this for the participants. I know this organization's already told me that they have, they make the beds to order, and they have plans for accessible raised beds. So, and they obviously have the expertise. So, so they have ideas and they can do the job. So be encouraged.
Thank you, Sean. So, lo que estaba compartiendo era que, lo que estaba compartiendo Sean es que lo que él se ofrece, él tiene mucha experiencia trabajando con personas con distintas discapacidades. Entonces, si alguien tiene alguna discapacidad y quiere ser voluntario y no sabe cómo, siempre nos podemos contactar con él y nos va a estar ayudando a poder participar y seguir involucrados, ¿no? Que la discapacidad no sea una limitación para ser voluntario en la Mesa Verde.
Awesome. So I didn't get a chance to read the last slide, but as you can all see, these are a couple more of our volunteer opportunities. You can table at events. These are more towards recruitment season, this top chunk right here. You can give a presentation to a group you're a part of. If you have, any other communities that you're a member of, you can present to them, share about LMV, try to recruit new members. You can make phone calls to make sure people are attending these info sessions, like I'm sure myself or a volunteer or one of our other members has called you several times while you're finishing the recruitment process. So these are all more remote. These are a ton of wide variety of remote volunteer opportunities, basically.
También están las formas de hacer voluntario desde la casa usando la tecnología. Uno puede ayudar a presentar un evento, ser como el presentador. También uno puede liderar o facilitar un taller cuando uno se siente preparado, ¿no? De algo que uno sabe. También nos puede ayudar, como siempre, y lo mencionaba, a hacer llamadas telefónicas, mandar mensajes de textos como recordatorios. También nos puede ayudar dando un testimonio. Cuando estamos reclutando nueva gente, siempre le pedimos a nuestros miembros, ¿sabes qué? Necesitamos un jardinero de la Mesa Verde que pueda dar su testimonio del programa, para que nueva familia escuche eso y diga, ya, sí, en realidad quiero ser parte. Puede ayudar a facilitar una reunión, como estamos haciendo ahora Riley y yo, o también si tiene maneja algún idioma que puede ser inglés, español, vietnamés o otro idioma, nos puede ayudar traduciendo la reunión. Y por último, si te sientes preparado y con mucha confianza, puedes ayudarnos a liderar un taller de jardinería.
So that's a lot of different types of remote work you can do throughout the year that really, really supports our community and our family. And then we also have the opportunity for external volunteer opportunities. So this is where you really can get creative and really work on those issues and projects and passions that you are bringing to our community. So we have partnerships with Taylor Street Farm and Valley Verde, where we set up specific LMV days where you can go volunteer. I know for Taylor Street Farm, we did a couple days of planting and visiting their farm, which is really great. And then Valley Verde, we helped them help us with getting seedlings. But then this is also a space where you can tell us, hey, I volunteered, this weekend packing boxes of Education, and we can count that towards your volunteer hours.
Mm-hmm. So I think Moria raise her hand, and then I will translate. Moria? Moria? No longer here. Oh, okay. So Moria, you raise your hand.
I did raise my hand. I'm sorry, the internet connection seems to be poor, so maybe you said things I didn't hear too, but I know who these different organizations are, except I know Education and Valley Verde better than Taylor Street, but I'm wondering if there are opportunities with COVID, or is this like more if things change? Are there things going on that we could do now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you want to translate it, Fernanda, before I answer?
Ajá. Moria estaba preguntando si con el tema del COVID la oportunidad de ser voluntario en estos tres lugares externos a la Mesa Verde han cambiado.
Yeah, so I can just speak from my own experience and an example. So at Taylor Street Farm, that was, we kind of worked with them to set up, so they set aside a day that they said the farm is only open to LMV members. So myself, Carlo, Mariana, and her daughters, and a couple other members all went. And so it was a very small group. And so we were doing masked up outdoor planting. But it was very intentionally set up. So it was like only LMV members with like an approved number was able.
That sounds really cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mariana has her hand up if you want to talk more, share more about that experience or whatever.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that there is a waiver that Taylor Street Farm will request from you to sign before volunteering for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, lo que estaba diciendo Riley con en esta parte de la presentación es que tú puedes ser voluntario con nosotros en todas las alternativas que mostramos, pero también estamos contando las horas de voluntario que tú puedes hacer con estos tres distintos programas. Uno se llama Taylor Street Farm, uno se llama Vegilution y el otro se llama Valley Verde. Los tres trabajan en temas relacionados con nosotros. Y aquí estaban compartiendo esa pregunta, ¿no? Bueno, y con COVID se puede ser voluntario ahí. Y la experiencia que hemos tenido es que ellos preparan días especiales y nos dicen, mira, tenemos un evento, ¿quieren venir de la Mesa Verde? Y nosotros decimos, sí, tenemos 5 miembros interesados en ser voluntarios ahí. Y ellos reservan el espacio y así estamos solamente nosotros tomando todas las precauciones de distancia social, lavado de manos, uso de mascarilla, para que podamos funcionar. Y en algunos, como en Taylor Street Farm, nos hacen que nosotros nos inscribamos antes, nos mandan un link, así ellos saben la capacidad máxima de personas que podemos recibir en ese lugar.
Great, thank you. Okay, so hopefully from that list of volunteer opportunities, at least something caught your eye. I wanted to do a quick refresher of our committees. So basically how I'll explain this is we're asking you to complete 15 hours. If you just want to like pick and choose a couple events a year to volunteer at, or you only want to do phone calls, or you only want to show up for every day of build season and then you're done with your hours and you want to just go to the workshops for the rest of the year, that works. But if you want a more smaller group community within your cohort, if you want a calendar to look forward of like knowing which volunteer opportunities you'll want for the rest of the year, if you want more of a leadership position within LMV, committees are a great way to do that. So they are by no means required to join a committee, but it is a really great way to get to know a smaller group better, have, a leadership, have influence in our community, and have your volunteer hours kind of organized for the year.
Claro que sí, y acá vamos a hacer una repasada bien rápido sobre los comités. Los comités es una manera de ser voluntario durante el año. Participar en un comité no es obligatorio, es solamente una alternativa para quienes quieran involucrarse en el programa de manera más consistente y estar conectado con tu comité, ¿no? Que es como tu grupo de compañeros jardineros que están trabajando en áreas específicas. Entonces aquí está el comité de construcción, está el comité de acceso a jardines, el comité de actividades sociales, y aquí están un poco las descripciones de ellos. En el primero, en la construcción e instalación de cama de jardín. En el segundo, se trabaja para poder pelear para que podamos tener más espacio para construir jardines en San José. Y el tercero, trabaja mucho en el reclutamiento de personas y también en los eventos grandes que tenemos, como la distribución de plantas en primavera o la distribución de plantas en invierno.
Yeah, thank you. So just kind of specific about each of these committees. Hopefully this will be review for all of you, but I just kind of organized it, and like if any of these little descriptions sound like something you've done before or you want to do, then this might be a good committee for you to join. So we have the Build Committee, which will be the most immediate volunteer opportunities that are starting next weekend. So that'll be a lot of light but in-person manual labor. Sorry, I don't know what happened here, but the Garden Access Committee, if you're interested in policy advocacy, organizing, big picture projects, that would be a great community for you. Social Activities Committee is really great if you want to have a bit more leadership, a bit more influence, and sort of manage these LMV events and work on the spring plant distribution and the fall plant distribution as well.
Ujú.
Those are overviews, and then the next three. So you can start, Fernando.
Entonces acá están los otros 3 comités. Está el comité de Club de Niños, que es un espacio en donde vamos a estar jardineros, tratando de crear actividades y talleres para que los niños de nuestras familias puedan involucrarse en la jardinería. Y así vamos a tratar de educar a nuestros niños, involucrar a la familia en la jardinería y por supuesto, tratando de desarrollar el liderazgo de nuestros niños, involucrarlos en la jardinería. Está el comité de mentoría, que son las personas que tienen experiencia jardineando y que quieren compartir eso con los jardineros que son nuevos, ¿ya? Tenemos miembros que han venido por primera vez al programa y que tienen experiencia jardineando y dicen, ya, yo quiero ser mentor y quiero participar en este comité. Y el mentor es alguien que te visita todos los meses como nuevo, como jardinero nuevo, y te da consejos prácticos sobre cómo mejorar tu jardín. Y el último, el comité consultivo, es para personas que ya llevan más de un año en la Mesa Verde y son los que ayudan a decidir la dirección del programa y dar forma a los contenidos de los talleres y eventos. Go ahead, Riley.
Thank you. Okay, so Kids Club Committee. If you love working with kids, if you're passionate about garden education, if you love creative projects, arts and crafts, if you want to work with Mariana, she's awesome. And then also this is a brand new committee that is founded by our members. So if you want to kind of really be a part of something new, something emerging within our community, this is a really, really great committee to join. We have mentorship committee. If you have gardening experience, if you enjoy sharing that experience, teaching others and learning from others, and then you want to establish a couple of one-on-one relationships within the community, this is a really great committee to join. And then finally, advisory committee. This is for our members who have been with us for at least 1 year. They help decide the direction of the program. They shape the content of our workshops and events. They're very involved with that planning. And then they also organize our end of the year celebration extravaganza, I'll say it is. So that was a quick overview of the committees. I hope that kind of jogged your memory from the orientation presentations. But I wanted to leave a good amount of space for questions. And I'm also going to I'll just do questions first, and then I'll send a survey in a second. And that's going to be where you can check off kind of which committees you want to follow up with, or which events or opportunities you want to learn more about. If you have more like one-on-one specific needs, but also this is a space for questions right now. So please, the floor is yours.
Ahora vamos a estar en las preguntas y respuestas, así que cualquiera que tenga una pregunta se puede sacar el mudo ahí del micrófono. Veo a Erlinda levantando la mano, so Erlinda can unmute yourself. And also before that, we have also a question in the chat. So I see Erlinda and then Rosa. So we go to Erlinda and then Rosa, okay? Adelante.
Could we join 2 committees or just 1?
You can join 6 committees if you want.
Oh, wow.
That is gonna depend of your time.
I don't have the time. Okay, so entonces podemos más cómodo. Okay, chévere, gracias. Thank you.
So nos preguntaba Erlinda si se puede unir a más de un comité. Y yo le decía, si quieres puedes unirte a 6 comités, no hay límite, lo importante es que tengas tiempo para poder hacerlo todo. Y ella dijo, ya, me voy a querer anotar en 2. Señora Rosa.
Aquí estoy, yes. My name is Rosa Cardenas, and I attended the previous Zoom meeting where they presented all the committees. And I don't think I had a chance to sign up for any of the committees, but I am glad I am actually joining this meeting because I definitely want to be part of the kids committee because I have a grandson that I would like to to get involved in learning about the experience of planting and growing and just seeing how the plants develop into delicious vegetables. So I I would like to sign for the kids committee and also just sign up for other committees. I am not sure if this is the time to sign up because Riley pretty much answered one of my questions by saying that at the end she will have a survey to answer. So I'm not sure if that's the time when I can, sign up for more than one committee. But that's what I'd like to share.
Thank you. So, la señora Rosa estaba preguntando, ella asistió a la reunión del sábado, hace 2 sábados atrás, y no se había podido inscribir a ninguno de los comités, entonces quería saber si se podía inscribir ahora. Yo creo que le podemos decir que sí. Y también Riley está mandando por el chat una encuesta donde uno hace clic y puede llenar y ahí puede responder esas preguntas. So I saw Sabrina. Yes, and in the chat we have another. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I asked my question in chat. Like, I know what I want to do, but it's not clear to me which committee to join, and we would like to join. I'm sorry, I was late. Maybe you already explained that, but that is my question. Like, if I want that activity, which committee should I join?
Yeah, so I see in the chat you said you wanted to stuff envelopes and make phone calls. What do you think? I would say social activities committee would be good for that. Yep. Or you could just do that throughout the year, not affiliated with a committee, if you prefer.
Sabrina, if you are interested to join in a committee and learn how that works, I will recommend you the social activities. So, Sabrina estaba preguntando y puso en el chat que a ella le gustaría ayudar a hacer los sobres con semillas, hacer llamadas. Yo le recomendaba era que el comité de actividades sociales es uno de los que trabaja harto haciendo eso, así que si quiere participar en un comité, esa es la mejor opción.
Thank you.
Yes. What other question we have, Riley?
All right, so I can read from the chat. Nicole asked, how to sign up for Garden Access Committee. Fill out that survey, and then someone, or Carlo actually is the head of that committee, so he'll be following up with you. I'm not sure what his timeline is, but.
So Riley, I think Erlinda said they need a permission to open the survey.
We need the social committee.
Social committee.
Thank you for letting me know.
So Riley's gonna fix that detail in the survey. Yeah, you need a password to do that, Marianne. No, I'm kidding. It's just we need to change one part and that's it.
Okay,
estamos arreglando algo en la encuesta porque nos pedía que tuviesen autorización, así que Riley acaba de compartir en el chat de nuevo el link para que lo puedan llenar y ver en qué comité poder participar.
Okay, so does that work if someone clicks on it? Are you able to get in? Yay, thank you. Awesome, thank you for letting me know.
So we have more questions.
Yes.
¿Tenemos más preguntas?
In the chat, okay, let's look. I'm interested in a couple different committees, but I don't have experience in building or policy, etc. I'd love to learn, but I'm concerned about what I can contribute. Yes, it's okay to join. It's encouraged that you join. We're all learning from each other about everything always. And that's the Mesa Verde promise.
Entonces, Elizabeth nos preguntaba que, bueno, está interesada en participar en el comité de acceso a los jardines, pero que no era alguien que conocía mucho sobre políticas de la ciudad, de cómo hacer eso. Entonces, lo que Riley decía es que, bueno, De eso se trata participar en un comité, de poder llegar, aprender y ver cómo uno puede contribuir a ese espacio. De eso se trata trabajar en comunidad y en equipo. So we have one question from Rita. It's what are the hours for the event on February 13 to build? So la pregunta que hace Rita es, ¿cuáles son los horarios para el evento del sábado 13 de febrero para construir las camas?
So that event is Super Build Day. I will be sending more information about that tomorrow. But that is the day where we actually meet and construct all the beds. So it'll be, you guys are all getting a little sneak peek, but the first shift will be 8 a.m. to noon at Sacred Heart. That is where we construct all the beds. And then the second shift will be 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. where we will be delivering the beds. So if you have a pickup truck of any kind, that is awesome to help deliver the beds, but we also have opportunities for people to just ride their own cars and help deliver the beds to first-year members.
Entonces, lo que Riley compartía era que para la actividad del sábado 13 de febrero van a haber 2 horarios para participar. O puede ser en la mañana, desde las 8:30 hasta las 12, que vamos a estar construyendo las camas. O si es que quieres participar en la tarde, vamos a necesitar personas que tengan camionetas, porque vamos a estar poniendo las camas en la camioneta y distribuyéndolas a las casas de toda la familia ese día a la tarde. En la tarde va a ser entre las 1:30 y 4:30 de la tarde.
Could you switch back to the slides with the committees on it? Just one of them. Yeah. Thank you. Just so we have that up. Awesome. Thank you all for completing the survey, making phone calls. Yes, I see Laura wrote there are people wearing masks in the pictures on the Vegelution and Taylor Street Farm websites. So I'm presuming those opportunities open at those sites. Yes. So obviously, yeah, COVID precautions are being taken, but those are still available.
Otra pregunta.
Adelante.
I don't see the social committee something. I don't remember exactly the name, but in that survey. So sorry, in that survey, I don't see the social committee.
Social committee?
Yeah, I think that one. Yeah, I don't see it to check it.
Was canceled and no one told me?
I don't also see the mentorship committee on the survey.
Yeah.
I think in general, there isn't really a place, at least from what I can see, there isn't different committees you can sign up for. It's just the types of activities in the survey, at least.
Yes. So
Yeah,
thank you. I have the, hopefully if you all filled out the survey after the information session, that's where you clicked on committees, but I can add a part right now to that now that you have more information on the surveys.
There is a checkbox for other. I don't know if you want people to list it there, but it's true. There's not any committees listed, but there is a task that just says other with a blank space.
Correct. Yes. So if you want to put in any other questions or in the notes or anything, what type of committee, and we can make sure we follow up.
Bueno, todo lo que estamos hablando acá ahora en español, se mencionaba acá que no existe la alternativa para uno elegir un comité en la encuesta que mandaron por el chat. Entonces lo que se decía es que si no está eso, lo que se puede hacer es cuando uno pone, está la alternativa otros, y ahí uno puede escribir cuál es el comité que uno quiere. And also, Sabrina say, in the survey, you don't have stuff in envelopes and present in your PowerPoint. Such a good observation. It's 6 p.m. and it's such a good eyes.
Yeah, if you want to just put that in other, yeah, that'd be good.
Ahí nos comentaban en el chat que en la encuesta que mandamos no habían algunas alternativas que habíamos mencionado, como llenar los sobres con semillas o hacer presentaciones en PowerPoint. Así que si es que quieres hacer eso, en la opción otros tú los puedes nombrar.
All right, I see a couple more questions in the chat. Maria asked, what dates are we able to help with soil delivery? So the majority of the soil deliveries will be happening after Super Build Day. So starting on February 15th up until April 15th, I'll say. right before spring plant distribution, and that the majority of those will be during the weekdays between 9 to 5. So specific calendar is not finalized yet, but that is, the overview.
Lo que Riley estaba compartiendo es que alguien había preguntado sobre cuándo van a venir a instalar las camas, porque una cosa es ir a dejar la cama, pero después hay que poner la tierra y el sistema de riego. Entonces, después que construyamos las camas y las vayamos a dejar, a distribuir, vamos a estar llamando a todas las familias para preguntarle qué día y qué hora ustedes van a estar ahí en sus casas para poder hacer la instalación con algunos voluntarios. Y eso va a ocurrir entre yo diría, el 15 de febrero hasta el 15 de abril. Nos vamos a dar por lo menos un mes o un mes y medio para poder hacer la instalación de cama. Así que vamos a estar siempre llamándolo a ustedes para preguntarles qué día y a qué hora ustedes nos pueden recibir para poder hacer ese trabajo con los voluntarios.
All right, I can read off Mariana's question. Once I register to a committee, does it mean that I'm committed to the whole year? What if I want to switch to a different one in the middle of the year? That's a great question. Fernando, can you answer that?
That's a good question. Yes, you can. So if you join in one committee and you feel like, this is not my place, that's okay if you change to a different committee, or you decide that you cannot be commitment for all those hours. Because the life is changed every single day and something can happen. But don't feel like you are in a committee and then something happened in your work or with your family and you cannot leave that space. You can do that. It's not a problem. Entonces lo que preguntaron acá en el chat era si yo me uno a un comité y no me gusta el comité, o es demasiado tiempo y en realidad no puedo, es más de lo que puedo dar, uno puede dejar el comité sin problema. Ya lo importante es decirle a las personas, ¿saben qué? Tengo muy poco tiempo y no puedo participar. O me puedo sumar a otro, puedo intentar en otro comité que quizás me llama la atención y probar ahí. Pero no hay drama de poder dejar un comité si es que sientes que es mucho. Okay, what else we have here in the chat, Riley?
Laura asks, will we get a copy of the finalized calendar? Yes, so for the overall events calendar should be in your email, and also you should have received a hard copy in that yellow envelope. Hopefully that made its way to you. Were you asking about the soil delivery calendar or just in general?
Just in general, please.
Okay, perfect. Then that would be that calendar that we sent to your email after the orientation event.
So in the email we send after the orientation, we don't add the calendar.
Oh, then are you sure?
I just see that.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We can send that again, don't worry.
Yeah.
Podemos mandar de nuevo un email con el calendario para todos los miembros para que tengan eso ahí.
It's also on our website on the events tab.
So what is saying, what else we have in the chat? ¿Qué más tenemos en el chat?
No more questions. Elizabeth is being nice, so I'm excited that you're excited, Elizabeth. But are there any other questions? Oh yeah, I wanted to open the floor to the questions from, if there are any questions from volunteers who are not members themselves of Mesa Verde, if you have any.
I guess I'm just new, and so I was curious if I heard something about an orientation. Was there, for volunteers who aren't members, were there other events or anything else we need to do to be involved other than attending this session and indicating in the survey what we'd be interested in?
No, this is an awesome first step to getting involved as a volunteer. So I'll be following up with you specific to Super Bowl Day after this.
Thanks.
So Rita was asking for. So Rita, I think you were asking.
Were you
raising your hand?
Yes, thank you. I don't have the little raise your hand function on
It's hard to find.
and I didn't go to an orientation and I didn't get a yellow envelope. Am I missing information from this? This is my first ever La Mesa Verde meeting. So the aforementioned envelope and so forth, can I get that? Because I would like to have a fuller idea. For example, I'm not sure what's the difference between a member and a volunteer, having just shown up here for the first time. And so maybe if I had a yellow envelope, I would know the differences in the envelope. So that was my question. Thank you.
Got it. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming. I know a lot of this was geared towards members. So the difference between members and volunteers, members are people who have like completed the entire recruitment process. So before this meeting, we've done home visits, information sessions, orientations, all this stuff to sign up for the program. And so that is like the year-long commitment. And then for volunteers like yourself who haven't gone through that process yet, if you want to try next year, that would be awesome. But so for volunteers, that's more, you didn't sign a contract, you didn't make a year-long commitment to La Mesa Verde, but we're still excited to have you, showing up and volunteering for events when you're able to and kind of enjoying this community.
Entonces lo que estaba preguntando, go ahead, Rita.
So is a member someone who also has a yard where there's a garden being converted, or can membership be like somebody who lives in an apartment but wants to help a lot? Is that include?
Yes, so you can be, so in the past for La Mesa Verde, be a member means you are a gardener. But then we say, but there's a lot of people who want to be involved in the food justice movement, but maybe they don't have space for gardening, and well, they don't have time, but they want to be volunteer, maybe facilitating a meeting or participate in the garden access committee and advocate for more garden space in San Jose. So they can be members without gardening and as a volunteer. So it's a really like it's not too much different. Be a volunteer, really engage with the program, and you became a member. And if you want seedlings, we will give you seedlings because you are a volunteer who are really involved in our program. Entonces lo que nos preguntaba Rita era cuál es la diferencia entre ser voluntario y ser miembro. Entonces lo que yo le decía y lo que Ray le compartía era que ser miembro significa que tú participas del programa, de las clases, eres voluntario 15 horas durante el año, recibes las plantitas, construimos tu jardín, y los voluntarios son gente que viene 1 o 2 veces al año solamente a ayudar a cosas específicas. Pero también existen voluntarios que se han convertido en miembros de la Mesa Verde, no porque son jardineros, sino porque están muy involucrados en el programa. Entonces vienen a todas las reuniones, vienen a todas las clases, participan de los comités, pero no tienen ningún jardín. Pero sí quieren participar en el movimiento de justicia alimentaria que tenemos. Entonces también les abrimos las puertas a que puedan ser parte y miembros activos de la comunidad. ¿Alguna otra pregunta? Any other question? In general about the program, about volunteer, about what we present. Este es el momento de hacer las preguntas.
For those of us who are newer, do you mind, since you opened it up for questions about the program in general, do you mind giving just like a 2-sentence summary? I understand that gardens are being built in backyards and that a lot of materials are being provided as well as education, and I understand there's like a 1-year aspect to the program, but how it all links together and what happens after that first year. Like you get the materials and make the bed, but then after that, what happens? If you could go into that. Sorry, I know these must be dumb questions. I'm just new, therefore I'm not sure.
So you are a new year member, new gardener. The first year, it's mandatory to participate in at least 80% of the classes and events and provide the 15 hours as a volunteer. Then the second year, you became a member. You also, if you want to continue receiving all the seedlings, you have to provide us the 15 hours as a volunteer per year. And you can participate in an event, you can volunteer in the committees, but it's not mandatory came to every class. So the only difference between a returning member and a new one is the new one, it's mandatory participate in at least 80% of the classes. And all the other aspects, we volunteer 15 hours per year and came to the events, of course, it's the same for everyone. So lo que, you're welcome. So, no, don't worry. Lo que yo estaba aquí respondiendo y la pregunta que nos hizo como, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre un miembro nuevo y uno que es antiguo? Entonces yo le decía que los miembros nuevos, lo único que es solo para miembros nuevos es que tienen que sí o sí venir al 80% de las clases o eventos que tenemos. Para los que son miembros antiguos, ya de segundo año, ellos no tienen que venir a todas las clases, no es mandatorio, pero sí o sí tienen que cumplir las 15 horas de voluntariado para poder recibir las plantas todos los años, ¿ya? Y de invierno y de verano. Entonces, esa es la única diferencia entre ser un miembro nuevo y un miembro mucho más antiguo. Any other question, commentary about la Mesa Verde, about the program, about the seedlings? If it's not, we can close this event.
Yeah, can you put up our contact info on there on the presentation?
One more?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is our contact information if you want to take a picture or screenshot or whatever of this. If there were any questions that were not answered, if you have any, you know, case specific questions or anything you didn't want to ask to the whole group, please reach out to us. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I hope this was helpful. It was really good to see everybody. And I really appreciate you all showing up.
Claro que sí, aquí está la información de contacto. Si quieren hablar con nosotros directamente, nos pueden llamar o mandar un mensaje de texto o un correo electrónico. Si quieren hablar en español, me pueden llamar a mí. So, no hay ningún problema. And don't be afraid about being a volunteer. We will provide all the opportunities to everyone. We will be the most flexible program in the planet Earth. So don't worry, we will provide the support and the opportunities. We want to do the best for everyone and make this community stronger.
Yes.
So bye everyone, enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, thank you all for coming.
Nos vemos, que estén muy bien, disfruten su cena. Bye, bye, bye.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Bye. Bye, Pat.
Bye. Thank you for
Nos
coming.
vemos, Elena. Bye, Elena. Gracias.
Llegué tarde, pero aquí estoy. ¿La puedo marcar por teléfono?
Sí, llegó tarde, pero sin sueño.
No, es que lo que pasa es que fuimos a una cita y se me hizo tarde y llegué un poquito tarde. Bueno, entré a las 6, pues.
Ya, está bien.
Ajá, pero no escuché qué fue lo que al principio. No sé si se le puede llamar por teléfono para que me explique muy bien.
Ya, pues, llámeme. Usted tiene mi número, ¿no?
Ajá, sí, lo